Today, I am joined by Calgary Hitmen forward Sean Tschigerl. He was the fourth overall selection at the 2018 WHL draft. He played in his first season last year with the Hitmen, recording 4 goals and 9 assists for 13 points in 56 games. I caught him at his home. He's a big Lego Star Wars fan, as you can see with his background, which is super cool. And we'll dig into that in a little bit. But Sean, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. Well, let's talk about the quarantine period. I think I see what you've been doing over the time that you've had off, but what else you've been doing to stay on the ice, to stay active and stay ready for the start of the season?
Well, I've been on the ODR quite a bit throughout my time off as the rinks in Alberta are closed. I have a little bit of weights and stuff like that at home, so I've been keeping busy with that. I mean, it's snowing here for last week, so that's my favorite thing in the afternoon, go shovel snow, get me outside, but it's freezing, so it is what it is. But I mean, there's always firewood to split. There's always stuff like that to do. So I'm keeping busy around the house.
It sounds like a Rocky Four. You're getting ready to fight Ivan Drago there. That's with your little training regimen. But, you got to play in a game with the Whitecourt Wolverines, the WHL this season, just while we were able to play. What was that experience like? And how fun was it to get back on the ice, even if it wasn't a Western Hockey League game?
It was a lot of fun being a team atmosphere once again, kind of battling, competing every day, and then playing one game, it was a ton of fun. I miss that, and I can't wait to get back with the Hitmen. But I mean, it's a lot different being with someone you don't know, players you don't know. It's something you got to adapt. But overall, I miss being with the team atmosphere, working out, practice every day. I loved it.
Well, talking about that, we'll look back on that season last year. Obviously, 4 goals and 9 assists for your 13 points. But when you come into the Western Hockey League, you understand there's a lot more to hockey than just going out and playing. You start to understand systems, set plays, all the little details of the game that you start to learn once you get into the Western Hockey League. And for yourself, what was the biggest adjustment that you had to make to become an everyday player?
Well, I think the big thing is you're playing against guys who are 20 years old. They're just full-grown men. They're fast. They're strong. You got to be able to change your physical side of the game, how quickly you adapt to how fast the speed is. They're that much older, that much stronger. You got to be quick, think faster, and kind of react off your game entirely.
And for you, you've been, what we talk about a lot is a lot of players when they come into the Western Hockey League, they've been the guy on their minor hockey teams. They've been the guy every power play, PK. And when you get to the Western League, you're not the guy anymore. You have to figure out how to become that guy. And when you look ahead to this season, what do you think you developed in the off season that's going to help you be a bigger impact on the Calgary Hitmen this season?
Well, I think physically I've put on 10 pounds. I've been kind of just more mature in that regard. I think also just my poise with the puck, and that's a big part of the game. Patience, knowing what you're going to do with it, or even without it, just defensive side of the game, really being super confrontational and being heavy and hard to play against. I think that's a big part of our team identity. We're hard, heavy to play against. And I think that's just the best way for me to get myself higher to be that guy in the team.
Well, when I talk to people about you, they always talk about your leadership abilities. And I mean, if you go through your elite prospects page, almost every single team, you're either wearing a C or the A. At the Canada Winter Games, you were the captain of Team Alberta, where you guys won a bronze medal. At the U17 championships last year, you were an assistant captain on Team Black. And when it comes to leadership, what do you describe, what do you define as leadership? And what is, examples of good leadership that you've seen with the Hitmen or you've done as a player?
I think leadership for me is someone who shows up every single day, putting in the work. We couldn't ask for a better example last year and the year before that with Mark Kaslik. He was a definition of showing up every day, putting in the work and doing the extra. I think someone I kind of just really watched as a role model, and he does that so well. And look at him now, he's signed a pro contract and he's doing so well for himself. I think that's kind of how I bring my leadership. Just someone who works hard, shows up every day. I'm a vocal guy, but I'm not going to go out there and start yelling at guys. I just lead by how I conduct myself.
Well, let's pull up a goal here. Let's talk about that leadership where you've shown up every single day. Every goal you're going to score isn't going to be a nice one. Some of them are going to be tough goals that you score in front of the net. We've got a great clip here from a goal that you scored last season in Edmonton. Just kind of take me through this play and what you can remember from it.
So I think something like that, it's a face-off play as any other play. You go to the net, you have your routes, and you're not going to score without traffic in front of the net. And that's where the thing is. They don't ask you how, that's how many, right? And they're not going to be pretty. A goal's a goal. You go to the front of the net, get the dirty goals. Most goals scored in the NHL now are like that. They aren't pretty. They're going to the net hard and winning those hard battles. I think that's all it was. Get to the dirty areas and finishing.
Is that a set play though? Because it looks like off the face-off win, you cut through the back to the front of the net, and I think it's Malm on the right-hand side there cuts across to pick up the puck through. Is that something you guys worked on before, or is that just the way it worked out?
It's just kind of habit for us, kind of always coming through, scrape through, pick up the middle, what Malmer did there, and then just use activation of the D and getting shots through. I think it's just every team practice. They're kind of set things, kind of our set routine, kind of set out of ideologies we have.
Well, I mean, that's one of the big details you talk about when you come into the Western Hockey League. A lot of it's learning how to play the defensive side of the puck and then these set plays that you're not used to having on every single time you're on the ice. And when you're preparing for this season and you're looking ahead to the NHL draft, how do you keep it in context on your commitment to that every single day of trying to get better?
Well, you can't look too far ahead. The draft's who knows how many months away from you now, but I got to look at what am I doing today to get myself better? What am I doing tomorrow? I take it by day kind of standpoint. Right now, all I can do is do like what I can. Work out, hit the ODR, work on the skills off the ice as well, and just kind of prepare myself, watch game film, stuff like that. So I can do. I can't worry myself too much about the future because it's the future. We're in the present.
Well, we are in the present, but I'm going to ask you about the past now. We've again had 10 months of COVID-19 pandemic, quarantines on and off. And what have you done to pass the time? Have you picked up a new hobby or continue an old hobby a little bit more now that you have the extra time?
Well, I was also finishing up school throughout the summer and then coming into the summer school. And then in the fall here, I finished off my last couple of courses. Now I'm done. But I spent a lot of time hunting. That's what I did. Tons all throughout fall. It was a ton of fun. I love being outside. And I spent a lot of time outside, just in a tree stand, out walking around, doing something in the nature. I just love that. I think I did quite a bit of just outdoor fishing too. I love fishing. I spent a lot of time on the boat, enjoying the weather, and that's what I love. When playing hockey, we're inside all day. You think about it. We showed up at the rink at 12 o'clock. It's a little bit of break, and then you're inside, and you come out, it's dark. You spend all day inside, cooped up. And I just took advantage of this outside every day. Even if I'm just sitting on the deck reading, loved being outside. That's what I did all summer.
Oh, you sound like a good Alberta country boy right there. And then, my last question for you as you get back, obviously it's going to be provincial divisions this season, but outside of playing in Calgary, what rink are you most excited to get back into?
I love playing in the NMAX Centrum. I love that rink. They got new seats this year, so it'll be a little bit different for regards to what it's going to look like. But I mean, I love playing in Alberta rinks. It's so competitive, such a competitive division. It's awesome. I love it. That's the best hockey you can ask for.
Well, Sean, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. It was a pleasure talking with you. You're obviously on your way to very, very good things in the future. I hope that you stay safe, your family stays safe, and you're healthy for the start of our season.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this.